Play anew. Act 0. The Fool. Would you like to save your game now? Yes, you save your game under File 1.
It's good to see Nola getting so much enjoyment out of this. Though you'd have to be some sort of soulless bastard to not enjoy it up here. Its tranquility is something I sorely need.
Were you actually in the Great War? I was reading some books lately when I was very, very bored. You don't seem like you've been from that kinda hell.
I wouldn't lie about something like that. I was indeed a part of it. But I wasn't a foot soldier, thankfully.
Oh yeah, right, you were a nurse. I remember now. That's really cool.
Looking back, I suppose cool is one way to describe it. Among hellish and endless in its enforcement of moral suffering. I went AWOL for a reason.
Well, at least you've seen the worst of it all, right?
I hoped as much, too. But sadly, no. Despite all of the atrocious states the banged and battered nearly corpses I was supposed to keep alive arrived in during that time, I found your father in an even worse state.
Yeesh, was that bad, huh?
When I heard his scream, I arrived to assume he was already dead. He was nearly grayed, he had several nasty wounds, and I don't really want to go into it. I was shocked when he weakly raised his hand. He called me by the name Jean Malaise before drifting into unconsciousness. At first I hesitated, but even in his unconscious state, I could see he wasn't ready to die. So I carried him on my shoulder. A few days later, and he's already back on his feet like nothing happened. His regenerative abilities are exceptional. He was overly grateful towards me, and, well, I was kind of a drifter and he was in need of company, so we decided to be together, be it as partners in crime, lovers, or whatever, and now you're here.
Cool. Man, I'm glad you decided to help him, otherwise I wouldn't exist.
I can't take all the credit. He is really good at screaming.
Did he by chance lose his eyes during the surgery?
That was how I found him. Even had I had any luck with reproductive surgery, his eyeballs were nowhere nearby, and I was in the tower of a very evil woman. It was best I got him out of there. I doubt I'd have been able to fix them anyway. They'd been taken out the messy way by that same woman. I don't think we'd survive another of her bold gestures.
I wouldn't worry. Dad seems to be able to see fine without him. Somehow.
There's something very peculiar about you and your father. Some power you are both either unaware of or not game to talk about. It's maddening in how curious it makes me.
That's hardly a secret. The Red Cordy does it, obviously.
You're a terrible liar, you know?
Sure I am. Don't stress about it. I know you don't like the red stuff, so you just have to remain curious, I guess.
Since you're just telling me what I want to hear, and have no desire to reveal your little secret, why don't we talk about your golden girl over there?
You mean Nola? Yeah, she's cool.
You like her, don't you?
I wouldn't be up here with her if I didn't.
It's more than just a friendly respect, though, isn't it?
Don't go making such assumptions. I like her, but it's not like I'm... no, that's silly. Also, we're like complete opposites. She's a sassy, smart, and vengeful soul. I'm a goofy fool fella. It'd be weird.
You do know that compatibility is more based on respect than similarity, right?
La 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 la, I'm not listening!
You're so transparent. Don't worry though. I'm not gonna go telling your crush about it. I'd rather watch it blossom on its own.
Nothing is gonna be blossoming here. Miss thinks she's perceptive, but actually isn't at all.
I'll take your word for it. It was more pleasant a discussion than the previous one anyway.
Ugh, easy for you to say.
It's easy to forget up here, the chaos down there. It's so peaceful, beautiful. I wish in a way that we could go on about our lives and pretend Naxnor Resort never existed.
Huh, are you just balancing there on your tail?
Yep, it was something my mum taught me.
Kivik? Yeah, she sounds like she was rad.
She was. Vadi, my father, was also awesome. He used to read me stories. One of them was about your father. I assumed he was just a legend back then. A fictional character.
Yeah, he's kind of a big deal.
It's been really uplifting, meeting all of you. I'll be sure to do the Perseverance Union proud.
Well, hey, you've already impressed my dad, so you're off to an amazing start.
You can shimmy and climb stuff, right?
I kind of forgot how. Whoops.
You silly. But it's okay. Just press into whatever looks climbable. Or, shimmyable? Words are weird.
They sure are. Thanks. Getting used to climbing around up here, are you? That's good. Climbing is something we'll all be doing a lot.
Hey, where's Finn?
He's waiting for us below. He's got a bit of a fear of heights. Don't want to push him out of it before he's ready.
Fair enough.
I can see lots of things, despite being physically blind. Hopefully, if you end up in the same predicament, you'll be blessed in the same way I was.
Remind me to clean that goat tooth of yours when we get back home. What in hell have you been eating? You haven't been eating birds, have you?
No? What? When did we jump to the conclusion that
Naughty boy. You shouldn't be eating these. We all signed a treaty that forbade this kind of thing.
That treaty is stupid.
You're underestimating the gravity of what such a law prevents. Mummy is pissed now, so shut up and listen. This is the last time I'm going to try and talk sense into you about it. The Great War, or War of Intolerance, it was a result of behavior like this. Before the treaty was signed upon, food was free game, but this was a huge problem, and quickly transformed into the war I've seen with my own eyes. The treaty enforces that no mammal eats another, with the exception of those who didn't sign, wolves and fish. It is what has kept mutual peace between cats, dogs, rats, birds, and such for such a long time. It is important to adhere to the treaty, even at the price of oblivion. For should exceptions be made, it will end very badly. We are already at war with a cult. The last thing we need is to revitalize an old crisis. If you were only 1 year older, you would have gone to prison for this. Does that make it clear? You cannot and will not eat another fauna, birdly or otherwise.
Holy. Okay, yeah, when you put it that way, it makes a lot more sense why it's a big no-no. Holy heck.
We may be predators at heart, but there's creatures to which we may be prey to, such as bears or giver cats. So it keeps not only birds safe, but us from our bigger predators as well.
Alright, that settles it. I won't eat another bird or anything else fauna-related so long as I live. I can still eat ferns, right?
Yes, that's okay. Plant life isn't sentient enough to sign any treaties. Not yet, anyway.
So beautiful.
Duh. This turtle dove is playing with its brothers in the nest. So cute.
Hey. Sup?
Can I ask you something?
Always. I just may not have a straightforward answer.
You remember it, huh?
What?
Your time at Malacca Junior High, and in particular, the event which forced you to stop going.
Nah, I remember being taken to a sort of sparky chair, but beyond that it's all kind of a blur.
If that's so, would you like to know what happened after you were put in the electric chair?
Sure, just don't be too loud. I'm a bit nervous about whatever happened and how my family may take it if they knew.
It stays between us, don't worry. It all started about a year ago.
Malacca Junior High, 6/6/2098.
The fool has the tools, yes. What of the exchange? Does she have the range?
She totally does, but she feels she must warn the fool that he's going to get in a lot of trouble.
The fool reminds the exchange that it is not her job to worry. The fool is strange.
This is very stupid.
Agreed.
You're a lot shorter than I remember, Peppy.
You're a lot more foreign than I remember, Kara.
Whoops. I guess I should check if my house has walls made of glass before I go throwing stones. Anyway, we should get back to class. Much as I hate it, and the teacher, but you know, that's how it is.
I wish the classroom walls were made of glass. I'd throw stones like crazy.
I would too. Probably.
Now, open up your textbooks to page 166. It reads how you will spend your early days dreaming of becoming something more than another hopeless appendage to the next night order's mining body, despite your best efforts not to. Pep, Kara, late again. Well, I did just reveal you're both going to be incredible failures anyway. You could at least try to be a little ashamed of it. Let's hear the excuses for why you are 5 minutes late this time. Everyone's waiting. Your face is the reason. Ooh, got him.
Careful, Pep.
Oh, you think it's funny to make jokes about a face, do you? Well, don't worry, sport. When you grow up and get an even less enjoyable job than mine, you know what it's like to have a face that everyone laughs at. And what's your excuse, Miss Foreign? Off doing drug deals with some nibs from Thailand?
I just got lost. All the classrooms look the same. Always.
That excuse is getting old.
You're old. I bet you just love taking the piss out of us because you hate that we aren't yet subjected to your daily suffering, huh? Well, read my lips and weep. I'm gonna enjoy it while it lasts.
Not only a problem child, I see you're a masochist as well as a disgrace. The rest of you get your work done. This one needs a time out.
You shouldn't have done that.
What's the worst creative face here can do? Face me to death?
I'll excuse myself. My friend may be in real trouble.
Think you're too cool for school, are ya? Well, sweetheart, let's see how that shocking mouth of yours spatters out insults with a bit more literal spark running through it. Oh, struggle you like, sweetheart. Oh, struggle you like, sweetheart. There's no cameras in here, and the result, anything that'll shut you up, isn't out of bounds, is it? Oh, what's that? I think your stupid mouth shut. Yeah, I ought to do that to a few of the clients in the classroom, but you need a more permanent solution, methinks. Right then, let's begin it up. You know, I wouldn't really envy whatever parents spat you out. They not only had a problem child, but now he's a mute one. Hell, he's probably doing them a right favor. You might want to stop struggling, or it'll hurt a lot more. Alright, one more surge and you should never befoul this world with that sharp tongue of yours again. I know you're eager, but this ain't a bloody funeral. You can take off the... Wait.
You shouldn't have done that. Oh, shit. Scum like you wouldn't even be fit for hell. It seems you have put my host through tremendous stress. I'll be sure you never again live to torment him.
Now, come on, it was just a joke. A bit of discipline too, but are you listening to me? Stop! What are you doing raising your hand like that? Why are you suddenly sparking red lightning?
It's loading, so calm your tits and wait a multitude of seconds.
What just happened?
Fear not, friend of the host. Your red friend will be fine. The school, however, has caused him enough grief. Legate, I'm going to ensure his and whoever else is suffering here ends.
I'll just stay so close. I honestly feel safe with you than with any of the wardens.
If you must, he may need a shoulder to lean on when he wakes up, anyway. Now, the time has come to rectify this prison. Only a senior wreck would dare to call a center of education. That poultry fool could not have known what was messing with. But as a reward for his arrogance, I will christen the asylum which owned him.
Red lightning powers?
It'd probably be best if you didn't see this.
Probably. But you've kind of made me curious. Besides, there are cameras everywhere. You're probably the only protection I have.
Do what you must, but it's going to get violent.
Where did you get that gun?
Too many questions, but the fool who once had it won't be needing it any longer.
I trust you more than him with it anyway.
Stand back! I will deal with these snorts myself.
Alright. I'm going to insist on watching, though.
Let's see. This instruction console seems to have been short-circuited. Likely because of my outbursts. Oh, right. Silly me. The controls are all in my tab.
Holy crap. They've put the whole place on lockdown. This is so exciting.
Glad you're so pleased. Thankfully, I have an idea.
You just found a explode! Commercial grade explosive throwing barrel! Pick it up by pressing the action button and then throw it using the action button again. Anything destructible will be easily identified by the black and yellow caution tape. Obelisks, many forms, one purpose. Throughout the lands instructed thus, lie testament to warriors just. Through generations heroes are seen, and a record of tales held in esteem. Obelisks can be used to save your progress. Just select a save slot and press C or spacebar to confirm. It is advised that you do not save over slot 30, as it is occupied by the auto-saving system. Press C or spacebar to continue. Autosave. No more sitting through cutscenes. In perseverance. Being preyed on is a common factor, so it's just as well that there's auto-saving lined up to let you straight back into the action with as little repetitive strain disorder as possible. Keeping a separate dedicated save for obelisks is recommended. Autosaving is performed on the 30th save slot. If you'd like to keep dedicated saves, save on slot number 29 or below. Press C or spacebar to continue.
You decide to save under File 2. Zep. Ascend.
Is that Nexon's attack chopper?
I hope he didn't like that thing too much. So, you are the new anomaly. You're only the second of your kind. But very soon you will also be the last. I'll make sure of that. You think your mechanical junkie can stop the whole thing? Perhaps you should consider leaving this place and taking a whole of flagellant swine with you. Bold, aren't you? It is only a shame that your excess courage cannot compensate for your stupidity. Now, where was I? Oh, right. Annihilating you.